Welcome to Mr. and Mrs. English. Speak with confidence, learn with ease. Start your English journey today.
Ever wondered why some people seem to glow with energy while others drag through the day? The secret isn't magic, it's healthy habits.
It's true, and I've seen how even tiny changes can turn things around. I'm excited to chat today about how healthy habits can actually change your life.
Hello and welcome back to Mr. and Mrs. English channel. I'm glad you're here. I'm Daniel, and joining me is our health and language enthusiast, Emma. By the end of this episode, you'll know which habits matter most and how to build them, even if you're busy.
We'll break down the basics, share some easy English phrases for talking about habits, explain common roadblocks, and give you simple steps to start. Ready to dive in?
Let's kick things off with a basic question. What actually makes a habit healthy?
A healthy habit is really just an action you repeat, like drinking water or walking instead of driving, that improves your body or mind over time.
So these are the small things we do every day, sometimes without even thinking about them.
Exactly. And when those actions are positive, they set you up for better health, more energy, and even more confidence.
There's this idea floating around that you need a strict diet or a gym obsession to be healthy. Is that really necessary?
Honestly, no. Healthy habits stick because they fit your life. Crash diets and intense routines burn out fast, but small, steady changes last.
I love that you mentioned fit your life. A habit should feel natural, not forced. That's what makes it possible to keep going, even on tough days. That makes me think sometimes we all fall into routines that aren't so great. How can someone spot unhealthy habits in their own life?
Start by paying attention to what drains your energy. Maybe it's late night snacking, skipping breakfast, or spending hours on your phone.
So, noticing when you feel tired, stressed, or out of focus can point you toward habits that need a tweak.
Exactly. Think of your feelings as little signals. If something always leaves you feeling worse, it's a good place to start making a change.
Say someone's ready to make a change. Where should they start?
Pick just one tiny action. If you want to move more, stand up and stretch every hour. If you want to eat better, add a fruit to your breakfast.
So the key is to keep it small and doable?
Absolutely. When it feels easy, you're more likely to repeat it, and that's how habits stick.
I bet a lot of listeners are thinking, I've tried before and I always quit. What's your advice for handling setbacks?
Setbacks are totally normal. The trick is not to give up. If you miss a day, just start again the next day, no guilt.
That's so reassuring. It's easy to feel like one mistake ruins everything, but really, it's the long-term pattern that matters. We've talked a lot about physical habits. What about habits for mental health?
Mental habits are just as important things, like journaling your thoughts, practicing gratitude, or even deep breathing when you're stressed.
I agree. Sometimes a simple habit like writing down one good thing each day can really shift your mood.
And the best part? Most of these habits take just a minute or two. Small effort, big impact.
Let's get real. Life can get hectic. How do you keep up healthy habits when you're busy?
The secret is to link habits to something you already do. For example, do a quick stretch while waiting for your coffee, or take a short walk during a phone call.
That's clever. Stacking a new habit onto an old one makes it way easier to remember.
Exactly. And when the habit fits naturally into your day, you don't need extra willpower.
Since this is a Learn English episode, how do you talk about habits in English conversations? Any useful phrases?
Definitely. You can say, I try to, or I've gotten into the habit of. For example, I try to walk every evening, or I've gotten into the habit of drinking more water.
Those sound natural. You can also use I make sure to, like I make sure to stretch before bed.
Exactly. Using these phrases helps you share your habits or goals with others.
Sometimes it feels like progress is slow. How can people stay motivated?
Celebrate even the tiniest wins. If you drank one extra glass of water today, give yourself some credit. Success builds confidence.
That positive feeling makes you want to keep going. I've started tracking my habits on paper. It's surprisingly encouraging.
That's a great tip. Visual reminders really show how far you've come.
Here's something fun. Healthy habits look different around the world. Any examples that stand out to you?
Sure. In Japan, it's common to walk or bike everywhere. In Mediterranean countries, meals are slow and social, not rushed.
I love that. It shows there's no one size fits all. You can choose habits that fit your life and culture. Let's talk about making habits stick. How do they become a lasting part of your lifestyle?
Consistency really is everything. When you repeat a habit long enough, it starts to feel automatic, like brushing your teeth.
And the less you have to think about it, the less you rely on motivation. It just becomes part of your routine. We've covered a lot of good advice, but what mistakes should listeners avoid when starting new habits?
Trying to change everything at once is a common trap. Also, don't be too hard on yourself if you slip up. Progress isn't perfect.
That's so true. Perfection isn't the goal. Steady improvement is. Something I've noticed, habits are easier when you have support. How can listeners encourage loved ones to join them?
Invite someone to join a walk or cook a healthy meal together. Sharing the journey makes it more fun and helps everyone stay on track.
Plus, you can celebrate small wins together. It's a great way to build stronger relationships, too. What do we mean by healthy habit?
To me, it's anything that's good for your body or mind, and that you can repeat without turning into a grumpy robot, like brushing your teeth, but more exciting.
So basically, small actions you do almost every day that make you feel a little more awesome.
Exactly. And bonus points if you don't dread doing them. That's the sweet spot.
Now here's a fun fact. Habits are like secret ninjas. They sneak in and do the work, so you don't have to argue with your willpower every morning.
Oh, totally. If I had to rely on willpower to go for a run, I'd probably just run to my fridge instead. Habits automate the boring stuff, freeing up brain power for creativity.
And that's the beauty of it. The less you think about it, the more consistent you get. It's like putting your brain on autopilot.
So basically, we're all just trying to hack ourselves into being functional adults. I'm on board.
But let's be real, starting a new habit can feel like adopting a needy pet. Where do you even begin?
My rule: make it so ridiculously easy you can't mess up. Like, drink a glass of water after you wake, or do one push-up. Boom, you're a fitness pro.
I tried that with meditation, 1 minute a day. At first, I just sat and wondered if my phone was broken.
That counts. The habit is just showing up. The rest is bonus points.
That reminds me, have you heard about habit stacking? It's basically piggybacking one habit onto another.
Yes. Like after brushing your teeth, you do squats. Or after making coffee, you write your gratitude list. It's kind of like multitasking, but less likely to spill your coffee.
Exactly. It's sneaky. Your brain barely notices the new habit because it's glued to something you already do.
And before you know it, you're doing yoga in your pajamas, all thanks to brushing your teeth.
Okay, let's talk about the epic fails. I once set a reminder to drink water, then ignored it for a week because the alarm annoyed me.
I tried journaling every night, but I kept falling asleep halfway through. My entries just became zzz.
The point is, mistakes are part of the process. If you can laugh at them, you're halfway to success.
Or at least you're hydrated and well rested, even if your journal is just a pillow now.
Speaking of progress, why do tiny wins feel like winning the lottery?
Because our brains love rewards, even silly ones. When I make my bed, I feel like I should get a medal.
That medal should come with confetti. Celebrating small victories keeps motivation high and makes habits stick.
Plus, it's way more fun to cheer yourself on than to wait for someone else to notice your clean socks.
Let's spice things up. What's one healthy habit that's actually enjoyable?
I dance in my kitchen while cooking. It counts. Moves, music, and veggies, it's a party waiting to happen.
Mine is walking while listening to funny podcasts. It's exercise and comedy all in one.
That's the trick. Make the habit something you look forward to, and you'll never skip leg day again.
But what about when habits start feeling stale? Like you've meditated so much your mind is just playing elevator music.
Change it up. Try a new location, switch your playlist, or invite a friend to join. I once did yoga next to my dog, who was way better at downward dog.
Sometimes just a tiny tweak makes all the difference. Even swapping your water glass for a fancy mug can make hydration feel like a treat.
Or you could invent your own dance move for stretching. It's like jazzercise, but with more giggles.
Funny you say that having a buddy to share habits with makes things way less lonely.
Absolutely. My friend and I text each other after workouts. It's mostly emojis, but it keeps us going.
Or join a challenge online. Suddenly, you've got hundreds of cheerleaders and maybe a few accidental critics.
Hey, critics can be motivating too. Nothing like proving someone wrong by drinking 8 glasses of water.
That leads to the next point, tracking your habits. How do you do it without becoming obsessed with charts?
I keep it simple. I use stickers on my calendar. If I get enough stickers, I treat myself to popcorn. It's childish, but effective.
I use an app that sends gentle reminders, not guilt trips. If I miss a day, I just shrug and restart.
The key is to see progress as a journey, not a straight line, but more like a squiggly spaghetti noodle.
That actually reminds me, making habits family friendly can turn routines into bonding time.
Totally. My family has a silly dance-off after dinner. It's healthy, hilarious, and sometimes dangerous for lamps.
Or everyone can share one thing they did for their health each day. You get new ideas, and suddenly, even grandpa's stretching counts.
It's amazing how even kids get excited about healthy habits when there's a little competition involved.
Let's face it, setbacks happen. Sometimes you eat cake for breakfast and call it carb loading.
The trick is not to let one slip turn into a slide. I just reset and laugh. Next day, I'm back to my green smoothie, well, maybe after a cookie.
Progress isn't perfect. If you miss a habit, don't panic. Just pick up where you left off.
And remember, cake is temporary, but healthy habits can last a lifetime, especially the ones that taste like chocolate.
Here's a question. Do healthy habits change as you get older? Like, does bedtime at 10 suddenly count as self-care?
Definitely. When I was younger, staying up late felt cool. Now, sleep is my best friend. Habits grow with you. Sometimes they even walk you to bed.
Or maybe morning walks become the highlight of your day. It's all about matching habits to your season of life.
And if your season involves nap time, I say embrace it. Healthy habits don't judge. They just want you to feel good.
Let's wrap up with 3 big takeaways. First, healthy habits start small. Second, it's okay to laugh at your failures. And third, habits are more fun when shared.
For your next step, try picking one tiny habit and stick with it for a week. Make it so easy, you can't say no. Bonus points for dance moves.
Thanks for joining us today. We hope you feel inspired and maybe a little silly to transform your life one habit at a time.
Until next time, Keep stacking those tiny wins. And don't forget to celebrate with confetti or just a really good snack.
We've covered a lot today. So, what are 3 key takeaways from our healthy habits chat?
First, small changes over time lead to big results. Second, habits should fit naturally into your life. Third, celebrate your progress, even if it's tiny.
Great points. For everyone listening, your next step, pick just one new healthy habit to try this week and use an English phrase to describe it to a friend.
Thanks for joining us, and please do subscribe and share about Mr. and Mrs. English channel. Remember, healthy habits are for everyone, and every small step counts. See you next time.